The year is 1947. India is one step closer to freeing itself from British colonial shackles and determining its destiny. But who was on this historic journey? In India's struggle for independence, a groundbreaking name stands out: Mahatma Gandhi. This video will explore in detail this unique figure in India's journey to independence, his movement of non-violent resistance, and how it resonated throughout history. Gandhi's courageous steps and unwavering faith opened the doors to a movement that would change the destiny of not just one country, but the entire world. If you are ready, let's take a deep dive into Gandhi's extraordinary journey. Gandhi's initiation. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was born in 1869 in the colorful and traditional Indian city of Porbandar. He was sent to study law in England at a young age to take advantage of educational opportunities beyond India. However, this academic journey shaped his life not only academically but also through a profound social transformation. His years of study in London marked the beginning of a period in which Gandhi would be driven to pursue a greater purpose. When he stepped into South Africa, the harsh realities he faced radically changed his ideals and his power of struggle. His confrontation with racism and discrimination in South Africa fueled Gandhi's anger at the injustices of society and his desire to achieve justice. These experiences were the turning point in his life and made Gandhi not only a jurist but also a pioneer of social reform. Gandhi's struggle began here. The difficulties he faced fueled the fire of his quest for justice and equality. The birth of nonviolent resistance. One of Gandhi's greatest historical legacies is that he laid the foundations of the nonviolent resistance movement. This movement was a turning point in India's struggle for independence. The philosophy of satyagraha developed by Gandhi means the search for truth and stands against all forms of violence. This philosophy advocates a peaceful form of resistance, that is, instead of using violence to achieve goals, it adopts passive resistance and civil disobedience against social and political injustices. With this radical approach, Gandhi shaped India's struggle for independence. Nonviolent resistance became not only a method of protest but also a philosophy of life. Under Gandhi's leadership, millions of people embraced this philosophy not only with slogans but also with their actions. The marches, meetings, and peaceful protests led by him strengthened India's stand against British colonial rule and resonated worldwide. Gandhi's innovative approach showed not only India but the whole world that nonviolent resistance was possible and effective. The Salt March and India's resistance. The year 1930 marks a memorable turning point in India's struggle for independence, the Salt March led by Gandhi. This legendary march became not just an act of protest, but an internationally resonant symbol of India's struggle for freedom. Gandhi began the arduous 240-kilometer journey to stand against the British government's monopoly on salt and to expose this unfair practice. Salt was vital to India's daily life, and the British had seized India's natural resources by controlling the production and sale of salt. Gandhi's march symbolized a revolt not only against the salt monopoly but also against the totality of British colonial rule. The march turned into a mass movement with the participation of the people. Gandhi and his followers reached the seaside and produced their salt, challenging the British government's salt monopoly. This bold action brought the Indian independence movement to international attention and symbolized the struggle for freedom around the world. Gandhi's strategic move shone as a beacon of hope not only for the resistance in India but also against colonial rule worldwide. Social reforms and challenges. Gandhi was not only the leader of India's struggle for independence, but also a pioneer of profound social transformation. Beyond his political achievements, Gandhi's commitment to social reform was remarkable. He fought to heal the deep wounds of the caste system. Seeing how this discriminatory system tore society apart and oppressed people, he argued that these structures must be overthrown. Gandhi himself set an example in his fight against social inequality. He lived in poor villages, sat at the table with the people, and identified with people from the lowest sections of society. He stood against the cruel distinctions of the caste system and strived for an India where everyone had equal rights. However, his struggle was met with great resistance and opposition. His social reforms targeted not only the existing order but also traditional beliefs. Gandhi's efforts to change the social structure brought him both strong support and intense opposition. The entrenched structures and deep roots of society tried to block Gandhi's reformist approaches. However, Gandhi's faith and determination persisted despite these obstacles and brought about significant changes in India's social structure. His courageous steps contributed to the quest for justice and equality not only in one country but in the entire history of humanity. Independence and heritage. The year 1947 was one of the most important turning points in India's history. India declared its independence from British colonial rule. Gandhi's movement of non-violent resistance unquestionably played a major role in this historic achievement. The peaceful struggle led by Gandhi laid the cornerstones of India's freedom struggle and proved the power of non-violent resistance worldwide. However, Gandhi's life ended tragically in 1948. His loss caused great grief and sorrow in India and around the world. Gandhi's last days symbolized great resistance and a hopeful future. But his life and struggle are remembered as an inspiring story not just of an era, but of all time. Gandhi's legacy still lives strong in today's world. His philosophy continues to be a source of inspiration not only for India but for all humanity in its quest for non-violent resistance and social change. Gandhi's life and teachings shine as a beacon of the power of individual courage, peaceful struggle, and social change. Today, Gandhi's legacy continues to guide and inspire in the pursuit of justice and equality. Gandhi's life is a great story of courage, faith, and determination. He proved the power of non-violent resistance not only in India but throughout the world. Gandhi's teachings were an inspiration that resonated in every corner and transformed the lives of many people. Today, in India and beyond, Gandhi's legacy still has a profound impact. Have you been inspired by Gandhi's life and struggle? What impact did his vision have on you? Don't forget to share your thoughts with us and support us by liking our video. Gandhi's legacy continues to inspire us all for peace, justice, and change.